Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 10th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very curious about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, you name it, and exactly what the future of the franchise is going to look like in comparison to the Kathleen Kennedy era of Star Wars. Now, of course, everything related to Jon Favreau and George Lucas, a lot of changes are being made over at Lucasfilm behind the scenes. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that, yes, we do know that they are now on the road to success. Definitely what happened with The Mandalorian Season 2. It really raised a new bar for Star Wars fans. It was really brought to a brand new level because of what they did with key characters. In case you guys have not seen that series, go ahead and check it out. I'm sure that you guys will very much enjoy The Mandalorian show. Now, moving on to the sequel trilogy, we obviously know that these three movies over the years had a lot of issues, and it also caused quite a big divide between the fandom, specifically The Last Jedi, and somewhat the case with The Rise of Skywalker. So now we have a scenario where Disney's really trying to pick up the pieces and put everything back together again, which I think that they, yes, will be successful in doing so, because they got the right creators on board. Let's not forget that they've got Jon Favreau, they've got Dave Filoni, the true protege to George Lucas, and they've got George himself and others coming on board to handle the movies, the TV shows, the video games, comics, books, you name it. The whole entire lore. So, with that being said, what's really intriguing all has to do with the character of Rey. With the Skywalker saga now over, both Disney and Lucasfilm are now focused on their new Star Wars universe and trilogy of movies. However, it's described that Lucasfilm recently just established a major retcon for the character of Rey in the sequel trilogy. It's described that both Favreau and Lucas are behind this retcon that will establish that Rey was not only a descendant of Palpatine, but also a descendant of a powerful Jedi warrior from the Old Republic era through her mother. Now, on top of this, it's described that though Favreau and Lucas will be restarting the character of Rey to become a legitimate Skywalker through certain techniques that we have gone over before in the past, Rey's original lineage comes from both, of course, powerful dark side and light side connections to the families in the Star Wars universe, and that her mother actually held a connection to a powerful Jedi warrior from the Old Republic era. Not just that, but also Favreau is set to establish that Rey's new lightsaber is actually going to be a double-bladed saber, and that this new addition to Rey will be inserted into the canon in mid-2021. Now, apart from that, Favreau and Lucas are said to be picking up on Colin Trevorrow's original ideas of Rey having a double blade and will be turning her yellow one into a double-bladed saber in the new canon, and that her saber was indeed not complete at the very end of the movie. So, let's go over this a bit here, because this really is a big deal. When we go ahead and look at what has happened with Rey's parents, we really didn't get all that much information on them anyways in the current canon, so it really paved way for a very good, I guess you could say, chance, or pretty much a good opportunity for Jon Favreau and George Lucas to really kind of reconstruct the character of Rey and her original lineage and exactly what it was. So, obviously, you know, Palpatine's son, we didn't really learn too much about him in the movie, but they are doing retcons to that character as well to become the legitimate son of Palpatine, as opposed to the one in the novelization, where he's just a son through gene splicing and cloning. So they're also changing that. But they're going to actually set it up that Palpatine's son met Rey's mother. Rey's mother was a descendant of an Old Republic-era Jedi. That's going to tie everything together as to why Rey is so very powerful on both fronts. Now, that's her original lineage. Alright, so Jon Favreau's also going to be working with Lucas to turn her into a legitimate Skywalker. We have gone over this before of how they're going to combine herself with Ben Solo's spirit and doing all these crazy techniques with DNA and everything to do with the blood of the Skywalkers and stuff around those lines. We've gone over this before in the past, and it's somewhat linked to Star Wars Legends and trying to kind of expand off of all of that. So like I've said, I think that what they're trying to do ultimately is that they're really trying to salvage the character of Rey and trying to do everything that they could have done in the sequel trilogy movies that Kathleen Kennedy just did not want to do. Colin Trevorrow wanted to do, amazing things like this, but everything was tossed in the garbage because of Kathleen Kennedy. So it really does make you wonder exactly what Rey would have been like in Episode 9 specifically, if Colin Trevorrow had pretty much, stuck with the actual project and was not fired, and was able to do exactly what he wanted to do. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.